So we're here with Mat Kearney with TLA. He's playing tonight with Leaks. For people that haven't heard your music before, do you want to give a brief how you got started and how you got into doing this?
I didn't actually start writing music till I was a sophomore in college, and I was an English major, so I wrote a lot, and I had this real poetry-driven side of my music, and I would steal my roommate's guitar, and I would go ride I had a little beach cruiser to these racquetball courts, and I would sit and play like the 3 chords I knew.
And how did you end up in Nashville?
Nashville was, so I was going to college, and I started writing a few songs, and I met this guy who was a producer, and he had this little studio in his garage, and he's like, I'm moving to Nashville, so I'm going to set up a shop. And so he's like, will you help me drive across the country? So it was supposed to only be for the summer. We set up an apartment. We set up the little studio in this apartment, and by the end of the summer, I was done. I didn't leave.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So I've been there since.
And then, so you're in Nashville. How did that influence your music?
I think Nashville's such a songwriting town with
Right.
all the country influence, and just the industry of songwriting. There's so many songwriters there, country, pop, whatever kind of, that it really influences the way you look about songwriting structure and quality of songs you write.
Right.
You know, apart from the vibe and the beats and all of that, like, it causes you to focus on the lyric melody, the story you're telling.
Right.
It's really had a huge influence on me.
So you just mentioned beats. I know a lot of, like, with the Bullet EP, you had this whole, like, this rap thing. I think I saw you back in 2007 maybe, and that was a whole different thing until City of Black and White, where I feel like as far as Nashville, that really got into the roots of like a Bruce Springsteen, and then now Young Love is completely different. What kind of influenced the return to, and especially the name Young Love, the return to all that kind of music?
I don't know. I think creatively as an artist, you want to tend to do the opposite thing you maybe did before. So you're doing this. We made this kind of hip hop influenced singer-songwriter music on Nothing Left to Lose in our basement. So then the next record, we rented this really amazing, beautiful studio, and I made more of like a band record where you had a bunch of friends involved and a bigger sound. And yeah, I was really going for like a Springsteen, like a more adult record sound. And I guess on this record, I never stopped doing like the real beat-driven spoken word stuff. Like live, I would always do it.
Yeah.
But I guess I just got hungry to kind of return to that. And so.
In Philadelphia on the day, your friends are freaking out because you took the song away. Life and love, one for you and me. From India back around to life we could sing. From King of Prussia lost his groove to the time we said something about life you could lose. It's like a song from Cherry Hill to back around. From London to Germany and Deutschland's found. From Royal Munich to the time like this. From the hope and the song, Little Bone Kiss. So Lover grabbed my booty when I was walking through the crowd. You made me sing real loud at times like now. Just one little song for you and for me. From the Drexel University to the songs we can sing. So hope in the dark, waves through the night. From the bow tie man waving his hands in the sky. Hope in the song, one little love. Times like this, push came to shove. It's a little song for you and for me in the city of brotherly love. And the time we could dream and hope in the song. Liberty Bell rings, life in the face. Time we can't sing so. And the Eagles fan on the block. From the times we set out, won't let stop and call you at 617-735-48. I won't tomorrow cause it won't be late. So just one little song for you. Pennsylvania, I love you too.
We started going down that path, and then all of a sudden it just took over. It was like, we're gonna really do this. So.
And where did the name Young Love come from?
It just came out one day. I started trying to write a song called Young Love, and I was just like, Young Love, that's such a good word, and it seemed to sum up what the record was about. And you know, I mean, a lot of the stories on the record are like this kind of butterfly in your stomach falling in love, and there's also like dealing with falling in love with someone and the scary aspects and dealing with your own crap and all the stuff from your past. There's all of those things happening in this album, and I don't know, Young Love just seemed to sum it up.
It's an interesting progression. And then I have to ask about Rochester on this record. It's like a revisit to City of Black and White, and it's an interesting way to kind of end the record. What was the reasoning for throwing that on there?
Well, I think, you know, you've got all these really beat-driven songs that are awesome, and then I don't know. I wrote Rochester, and the song just on its own is probably one of the better songs I've ever written in my life, as far as like a song and that comes with weight. And it's written. I wrote it about my father. And my grandfather ran an illegal gambling ring in Rochester, New York, and he had this fake cigar shop where he ran like gambling out of the back, and the mob came to town and put him out of business, and he was arrested because they wanted his business. And so my father had to live through that, and so yeah, I just wrote this song. Something about young love, falling in love, and then these things of dealing with issues as a kid, like those themes really work together.
So both words together, and then both words kind of by themselves meaning different things.
Yeah, I guess I felt like when I put Rochester on the end of the record, it gave all the other songs a lot of weight too.
Right.
So I don't know.
So you were out on tour with Al City, Keen, some names that have kind of taken over the charts at one point or another. Is there anybody that you in the future would want to tour with or have take out on tour that you can think of? Or
Somebody, yeah, there's a lot of bands I'd love to tour. I love that band Knowing the Whale. Their new record's really good. And
it's totally interesting.
Yeah, it's like Tom Petty electronic music or something. And I'm into, I mean, I'd love to open for Adele one day. I just love her music. I just have been a fan for a lot of records, and well, for two.
Yeah.
It's fun to see her explode and do as well as she did. We were label mates in Columbia, and I would always do a little cover of hers, and I'm just a fan of that style of music, like real beat-driven, beautiful voice, song-driven music.
And she's a writer too.
Yeah, she's an amazing writer.
Yeah. And now you're out with Leagues, who I know from seeing you and kind of following over the years. A few of the guys played with you.
Yeah.
Now have their own group.
They're still playing with me.
Right. And, okay, so they're playing with you still. How's that been going out with, people that you've worked with for a while now, and now they're doing their own thing with, I gotta say, some great tunes.
Yeah, they're amazing.
So,
it's fun bringing your friends out on the road. I think that some of what keeps you sane on the road is being able to who you travel with. And,
right.
Like as much as important as the creative side is, and I surround myself with amazing musicians, like really you're looking for friends that you share life with, and you eat great dinners together, and you can challenge you, and it becomes a community. And so I think that, Leagues is, I love their music, but Tyler, who's played guitar with me for 6 years, when I found out, and Jeremy, who's played drums with me for a while, and their lead singer Thad, who's been a good friend of mine forever, and I've been a fan of his solo stuff. When I was just like, hey, you guys want to come out, and they're on the bus with us. It's like a big happy family.
Yeah, it's also fun. From the people I know, people I've talked to, they do this audition process when you're a singer-songwriter. I've noticed like Tyler's been there.
Yeah,
there's always somebody that's...
I've never really done the audition thing at all. I've never really had to. I've just asked friends to go out with me, and I guess that's been my approach. Is like, take your buddy out, and I don't know. Yeah, I just enjoy it.
Cool.
Like something I've never had to do the formal tryouts, and I know people that do, and there may be time when I have to, but I don't. For now, it's just really a friend or a friend of a friend, and try them out, and it's really worked.
And so the new year, what do you have planned? Just a lot of touring?
We're about to add West Coast dates. We're getting ready to kind of gear up for a new single, which I'm really excited about. Hey Mama's been amazing, but I've kind of been waiting for Ships in the Night to get a chance to go for it, and I love that song, and so we're shooting a video, and we're kind of...
That's going to be a good crossover too.
I hope so, man. I love that song. So
awesome. All right, well, thanks for sitting down with us. Mat Kearney, TLA. Check out his music at matkearney.com. A new record's called Young Love.
All right.
Later.